Hello, everyone. If you've been umpiring for more than, say, about 10 minutes, you already know one thing is absolutely true. Runners rarely think they did anything wrong. Coaches don't always believe the runners did anything wrong, and somehow it's our fault. They were just running hard. They were trying to make a play. They were just avoiding the tag. Come on, Blue. And somehow they were also just clearly out. And that's what today's about. This session is called From First to Worst, How Runners Get Themselves Out, and the key word there is themselves. Most runner calls we make under high school rules have nothing to do with speed, hustle, or effort. They're about decisions. Split-second decisions made by players who either don't know the rule or know it well enough just to be dangerous. And that puts us right in the middle. Because when a runner leaves the baseline, interferes, slides illegally, or does something else silly, we're not guessing, we're just enforcing responsibility. So today we're going to walk through common runner situations you see every single season, plays that get coaches fired up, fans confused, and runners absolutely convinced that they're right. The goal isn't to catch runners doing something wrong. The goal is to recognize it immediately, rule it correctly, and explain it confidently. Because when you know the rule, the calls get easier, the game calms down, and your credibility goes way up. So let's get started at first base, where almost every bad decision begins.
Here comes can two.
Watch the runners.
Lays a bunt down. That's going to score a run. Throw gets it.
Where is this runner at the time of the throw?
Laying this bunt down. He might just be able to beat this out. No, he won't. Throw the ball.
Same thing here.
In the 90s, but 4A and up is when you start to see the real recruits. Little tapper here, going to be a 1-3. Pineda.
So what did all three of those videos have in common? Where was that runner when the ball was being thrown? Remember, the runner's out when the batter runner runs outside of the 3-foot running lane while the ball is being thrown to first base. So it's at the time of the throw. He's considered outside the running lane if either foot is outside the lane. The ball's dead at the time of the throw. You move the runners back, batter runner's out. Check out this crazy play.
Second, bottom of the fifth, one out when Siri tries to steal third base.
Adentro va el disparo a tercera, se desliza quieto Siri, pero se pasó de la base, sigue para el home plate y ahora inicia un rundown que permite.
Remember, for high school rules, that runner's going to be out if they deviate more than 3 feet to avoid a tag. And I think you've got a couple different situations there where that could have been called.
Watch this play. Watch where Machado runs. Can't really tell from that angle. This angle you'll see. What do y'all think?
So what do you think with this one? I think we've got runner interference. Interference includes hindering a fielder that's making a play. That ball becomes dead, runners out, and others return unless they're being forced.
One ball, no strikes. It's a grounder. They're going to head to home, able to get the force out at home.
So remember, a force play slide rule requires a legal slide. It's got to be in a straight line. Can't have his legs up. There's no veering and going after the fielder, and there's no contact behind the base. If they do give themselves up, they've got to slide or veer in a direction away from the fielder to avoid making contact or altering the play of the fielder. They don't have to slide, but if they don't give themselves up, they need to make sure they don't alter the play as well.
this play. Notice here that the runner slides all the way through the base, makes contact with the fielder behind the base, illegally altering the play. Look at this play. Notice here that the runner slides all the way through the base, makes contact with the fielder behind the base, illegally altering the play.
Here is another major violation of the force play slide rule at second base. In this particular play, the runner must slide directly into the base or to the left side of the base away from the fielder. This is a violation.
Bando short hops it, goes down to second. Green. Whoa, is he taken out at second base by McCray?
Again, he's trying to get the lead runner. Now watch McCray. Green, a dead duck.
Pitch to Brett. Curveball bounced to Nettles at third, to second for one, and McCray six. And now Poptek is going to try to score, and he will score. And the ball game is tied.
So lots of things happen in those two videos. Just remember, illegal slides, those include roadblocks, pop-up slides into the fielders, sliding outside the base path to disrupt the play, sliding past the base to disrupt the play as well. And then again, remember, malicious contact always supersedes obstruction. In those cases, it's immediate dead ball. You've got an automatic out, at least one, and you've got an ejection, and you probably have some people skills to work on with one of the coaches.
There it is. Terang, Adames, and Aaron Judge put his hand up and hit the baseball. And Pat Murphy is coming out. Let's see this again. Pat Murphy is coming out. Aaron Judge sliding in, put his hands up, and deflected that throw.
Yeah, that's got to be interference.
Second base umpire Derek Thomas is coming in.
They got to circle the wagons here. I mean, you can't allow that.
Especially at 6-7. Well, I have not seen that in a long time.
That's not a normal way to slide. I mean, a guy's not going to throw his hands up like that. Check it out. Look at the hand. The oven mitt. Did that on purpose.
No doubt. I mean, that is not.
There's no way that that's a normal slide. And, you know, umpire's got to circle it up and make that an automatic double play.
Well, the thing is, this is not a reviewable play either.
Interference
back in New York.
Right. I think it's obvious. I mean, everybody saw that it hit his hand.
And they're going to go explain to Pat Murphy. I'm sure they're going to keep the runner at first base too. But that was as intentional a play as you could get.
I mean, his hand was.
Got to have eyes for that play. Again, as runners will do all sorts of things out there. In a situation, interference is called. That ball's going to be dead immediately. The runner's declared out as well as the batter runner, so you're going to get two in that situation. Anybody else is going to return to the bases occupied at the time of the pitch. And then with two outs, that runner is declared out.
Looked to me like Javi kind of tried to calm things down at some point. I'm with you. He's got to stay on the bench.
So in this situation, again, remember the runner can slide in a direction away from the fielder to avoid making contact or altering that play, but they cannot go after that player. What'd you think about that one? Just remember that runner, when he runs more than 3 feet away from a direct line between the bases, to avoid being tagged or to hinder a fielder making a throw, making a play while that runner's advancing, interference is called, ball's dead immediately, and then runners return to the bases occupied at the time of the pitch. With 2 outs in that situation, the runner's declared out.
Obstruction or clean? What's your call?
Okay, so here we have a batter runner taking a very aggressive turn around first base, and the first baseman, who's not actively making a play or in possession of the baseball, decides to, impede his progress to second base. So right there, automatically, that's going to be fielder obstruction, and the batter runner is going to be rewarded at second base. So if you're a fielder and you're not making a play or in possession of the baseball, stay out of the runner's way so you don't get called for obstruction.
We had some good discussion on this play at the state meeting. This looks like it's younger kids probably playing on shorter base paths. Now, comments were, hey, the runner went after the first baseman. Some of the folks, saw that the first baseman kind of hung out. And in this situation, that's kind of what happened. First baseman needs to make sure that he gets out of the way to give the runner that right to the base path. Because at the end of the day, blocking the bag or blocking the path without possession of the ball, that's obstruction.
Off the end of the bat, here comes Melendez and makes a running, sliding attempt. Moore ran away. He's out. Moore thought he was out. And he ran back toward home plate. And Melendez didn't give up on the play. The entire infield was screaming for him to throw to first base. Wow.
We might not see this one all the time, but again, it's something that happens that we just need to make sure we're aware of so we can correctly enforce the proper rule. In this situation, runners out if they abandon effort to run the bases, and that includes leaving the dirt area. So that runner made it to first base. He assumed that he was out and then left and abandoned first base. When he realized his mistake, he tried to go back, but at that point he'd already abandoned, and that runner's out.
Baez hits it on the ground to third. Gonzalez. This is so good. Oh my goodness! Wow! You got to be kidding me! You've got to be kidding me! They stole a run. You have got to be kidding me, Javi Baez. Keep going. Go. You're.
Now, this situation, a little bit different than the last video. That batter runner never made it to first base, so he can retreat back towards home plate to avoid a tag, provided they don't touch or pass home plate. Now, I saved this play for last. Watch both videos, and then we'll talk about it here in a second. Now, I'm quite certain that everyone had seen that play from the state tournament. I'm sure that you've talked about it with your buddies. Some coaches might have even sent you the video and said, hey, what do you think? I've got this, I've got that. Go back and watch those videos and watch where that batter runner is and where the catcher is. Now, does the runner look like he intentionally tries to initiate contact? I think so. However, if you watch the timing and where those runners are, pause the video, you'll see that catcher is kind of just standing there watching, and just didn't peel off and get out of the way. So that runner, when he takes a step back, he's got 3 feet to run with to go to home plate. The guys that made that call on that field got it right. That's obstruction. Again, obstruction occurs when a fielder without the ball impedes the runner's progress, and awards are based on umpire judgment. This play has definitely made its circuits all around the state and probably further than that. But definitely kudos to those guys on the field making that call. That's obstruction. Thanks, everyone. Let's have a great season. Everyone be safe out there.